Well, good evening, guys. It's October 1, opening day of archery deer season here in Michigan. Just about to head out from work, framing that beautiful house out there. But quit getting changed and we're gonna quick go out to our spot. We're gonna separate, me and Johnny. I'm gonna take the camera and Johnny's gonna have a GoPro. We'll get out there, get in our stands and see what happens. Hopefully we can get a deer on the ground and notch some tags tonight. It'll be awesome. See you guys soon. Get him. You too. Got the saddle set up tonight, guys. It's gonna be the first time I'm gonna be saddle hunting. Should be pretty stinking awesome. Alright. Time to do some hunting, guys. Alright guys, while we're heading over to where Johnny's gonna hunt, we've seen a doe on the border of where I'm gonna be walking into my spot. So looked like it's probably a doe. I'm gonna quick see if I can see her, and then yeah, I'll get in there and hopefully I can stalk her on my way in or something. But yeah, first we'll see if she's there. It's like a doe. I'll sneak in there and see what it is. I could pin it on that so we know how far it is, but yeah, we'll move in there and try to get her. Alright guys, I'm all set up here on the edge of a cornfield and a few acres of woods, kind of surrounded by fields, and then on my way in, I was sneaking in as quiet as I could, and I got about 10 yards into the woods. I saw a doe stand up out of her bed along with another doe that was with her, and I just froze, and she got up and just stared me down. Didn't know what I was because I was downwind. I stayed there and she got curious enough where she kind of circled around towards me, and she was about 40, 35 yards away, and I drew on her. She was behind a tree. She just never presented me a good shot, and she was nervous, so I didn't want to take any far shots like that because she's gonna dodge it or something. She kept circling, got behind a ton of brush. I was gonna shoot her when she got from behind it, but there was a tree between me and her where a branch was out where my arrow would have arced, and I didn't want to hit that branch, so I waited. She got behind like 3 decent trees, and I drew in, but I think she glimpsed the movement, or the doe behind her saw it, and she blew pretty quiet actually, and then they took off towards the corn, so got super close. I was full draw for, I don't know, it seemed like forever, maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. It took off, and I slowly eased my way to my stand. Kind of helped that everything's wet because it's been raining the last few days, and got in here pretty quiet. I don't know if that's a log. That's a tree. But got in, got a west to northwest wind, and I'm hoping something travels right along the edge of this corner through this set of woods. Usually they kind of move through these woods from the bean field to the east and then head towards this corn, so I'm hoping to get something on its way through. But I've had pretty good success here in the past, so looking forward to it. See what happens. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be heading way to the Hobbs across this cornfield. That's right behind me here. I gotta go like 500, 600 yards through this corn where I'm gonna set up my saddle. We already have kind of a setup. That was just a bird. I don't think it was a tail from a deer, but we already have a tree stand in the spot, and I might climb up just to see what's in the neighbor's field. If there's nothing, I might push to the next plot of woods. It's like a small, maybe acre of woods. along that field. I might push to that tonight if I so dare. So we'll see what happens on the walk in, and hopefully we can get on some deer tonight, guys. October 1st, let's go. A lot of this is going to be happening. See if there's anything in the field. If not, I might push to the next spot that's out maybe like 300 yards up. I got a pretty good chance there, so we'll see if I see anything out here first. Well, one of the big things I just forgot is I only took one step out because I was planning on sitting in this spot here that we already have a tree stand in. So I'm debating whether I want to go out there and basically be like 8 foot off the ground, if that. I kind of want to just push in there though. I should be fine. Should be able to find something that I can get up in. Hopefully at least it has branches I can figure out from there, because I really want to move up, because I think a lot of this deer movement has been up in this patch of timber a couple hundred yards away. I've never hunted back there this early in the season, so I want to look in there and see if there's any signs. So I'm gonna slowly sneak up this and see what happens. Alright guys, well this is my setup for night. Going with the saddle, probably about like 8 foot off the ground, because I only have one step, since I was gonna sit in that other stand, but I decided to be a little adventurous and move up a couple hundred yards to a different section of woods. So we're gonna see what pans out tonight, but got my bow hanging. Right now I just got a bungee cord. I got a different strap system I'm gonna get supposedly this weekend, and I can use that instead. It's gonna be way easier to hang my bow, but I got drum call, rattle bag. You never know if you're gonna need it. And then right now I'm in this probably 2-acre plot of woods. Really open behind me, so hopefully nothing sneaks in. Otherwise I do have a lot of shots. I came from back here out in the corner of this bean field on that tree line, but there's this bigger section of woods here, and then right through there you can see in the trees there's probably like a 3 to 4 acre section of timber right in here. We're right in the middle of a couple cornfields and bean fields, so I have a pretty good feeling these deer are bedded back in this back section, and they might be working out into the beans tonight, either from any of these cornfields or right up here, and hopefully I can get a shot at one riding the edge of this corn. Otherwise, riding the edge of this bean field. Maybe they'll come into my section of woods too, who knows, but should be a nice night. It's nice and calm. Got about a northwest, west wind, I think, coming straight this way, so I'm sitting really good on wind, as long as nothing sneaks up behind me. So happy October 1st, everybody, and gonna have a nice, comfortable sit out here. Hopefully get some action, and sounds like Dave already snuck in on a couple does that were bedded in the woods he was gonna hunt tonight. Got really close, drew on a couple of them, but didn't quite seal the deal. He finally made it up into his setup, and we're gonna wait it out, see what happens, guys. Well, guys, switched to the ground, so I'm just ground hunting right now for the last hour. For my platform, I just used a seat from an old tree stand, and those nuts and bolts are not tight enough because they just kept squeaking. If I would have to take a shot to the left and lean, it just squeaks super loud, and I really don't want a deer to bust me. So I just hopped down. I didn't want to risk it, and hopefully something works up this field edge and I can get a shot. So stay tuned, guys. Prime time. Checking a scrape. Might be a decent one.
Meh. Meh.
Alright, come on, come on, come on. Come on, go down, go down. Come on, go down, go down. Well, guys, gonna do a quick recap of tonight. Actually, just sat on the ground behind some trees and fallen logs, and right near dark, I had an 8-point work the field edge, working scrapes, and I drew on him as he was walking the edge, and he stopped, faced me, and started scraping right in front of me, 20 yards. Finally, he walked out, and I'd probably been drawn for like 2 full minutes. Walked out, stopped him, shot, sounded good, and he took off, ran out into the middle of the field, maybe 80 yards, 100 yards away, and sat there wagging his tail like crazy, and just kind of slowly looking around. Sat there for probably 15 minutes for sure, and I got as close as I could to the field to keep an eye on him, and the last time I moved, I looked out there and he was gone. So I'm not sure if he fell, if he bedded, or if he ran off because he saw me. I've given it another 20 minutes, talked to my brothers about it, and they said to look at the arrow and the impact spot, and it's looking pretty good actually. So I'll quick show you guys that a sec here. So I got all my stuff down here, and looking where the impact spot was. Got this little bit of drop right there, and then as you go this way, there's a decent amount of blood just right here. And it might even be bubbly, like it might be lung blood. Right here, the arrow is just, looks like it is just covered in blood, which is really good. He took off straight that way to the bean, so I think that is a really good sign. I mean, besides the fact that he didn't fall over right away and whatever, I'm not so sure, but the arrow looks covered in blood. All right, guys, well, I'm gonna leave my bow back here so we know exactly where I shot him, and we're gonna meet up at the truck, figure out the landowner who owns this field, because he ran into his field and hopefully died. So we're gonna figure out that, make sure we get permission from the neighbors that we can go onto his property, and then recover the steer, hopefully. So leave my bow here and meet back with Dave at the truck. Johnny just emerged out of the corner. Let's see what he has to say. Alright guys, well, some stuff just went down out in them woods out there. That stand, those bolts and nuts must not be tightened enough. So every time I shifted my weight a little bit, it just squeaked just too much. And I didn't want a deer to get spooked off from that or just mess something up. So I ended up just dropping down for the last like 45 minutes of light. Got set up so I could shoot 2 different field edges. And I'm waiting there, and all of a sudden I think I heard something, or I glimpsed something way up the field from me, and I seen a rack move, and I was like, oh sweet, there's a buck. He's gonna be working right down to me, hopefully. And I could hear him just scraping and going to town, and here he comes down the edge. So then I draw, and he's at probably 25 yards, and then he turns at me, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna come right to the woods, and I'm gonna have to frontal this thing. And nope, he just starts raking into a tree, and then starts scraping again. So he's working the scrape line towards me, and I'm full draw and just like, come on man, just go into my lane. And he walked down and then stopped, kind of faced my way a little bit again, still right in front of my lane. I'm just waiting. I'm like, all right, you know, just stay calm. And I'm just trying to control my breathing, making sure I'm calm. And then he walks into my lane, and I try to stop him, and he walks a little bit too far-ish, but he was still plenty open. Rested my pins on him and then shot. Sounded good, but he took off straight into the neighbor's bean field and stopped at like 100 yards away, just tail wagging like crazy. And he's just sitting there looking around, not sure what happened. So I end up sneaking closer to the field edge so that I can get a glass on him and keep an eye on him. So if he falls or beds or runs, I just see him. And I watched him for like 10-15 minutes straight, and I called Dave and just like, dude, this thing is not like falling over. I don't know what happened. It felt good when I shot. And after I hung up with Dave, I ended up trying to get to the very field edge, because there's a little bit of a ridge, and he was just about over it. And I wanted to be able to get to the edge and see him yet. So when I got to the edge, I glassed out there, and he was just gone. And I don't know if he saw me working out. I don't think he did, because he wasn't paying any attention to where he got shot from.
Right.
And I don't know if he bedded, I don't know if he took off, whatever. Anyways, we got to talk to the landowner, make sure we can walk into his field and track him and hopefully recover him. So we're going to waste time with that and then make the trek out there, and hopefully we can find this guy. But nice 8-point. So I'm going to be thrilled if we find him, man. I hope so. Alright guys, we're gonna make the track way out to where John made the shot, and we're gonna double check this plug trail and probably start slowly easing in there. Yep, might even walk the edge of the field and show you guys where he scraped like seconds before I shot him. So let's make the long trek out there, and if we find him, we have another way to access that field so it isn't so long of a drag. So
Yep, so then I'll run back, grab the truck, then circle around, and
yep,
we'll get him at a better angle. But yeah, let's head out and hopefully we can find him.
this tree right there to start the hunt with my saddle. And like I said, my platform was too squeaky, so I decided to hop down, hunt from the ground. And I made my way over here. I ended up just sitting right on the ground, just like this. And I anticipated them to come from my north here, from the bedding, and then either work this field edge here or that field edge in front of me. And I had about 20 to 30 yard shots straight out here, and if anything was coming in, I was gonna see it before it saw me, so I could get plenty ready. And that's when that buck came from up down this edge, and he worked this edge and did his scrape line, and then I ended up shooting him in that bigger lane out there. He worked right into the woods there and shot him right in that lane right there. So slowly work right over and check out that blood. The arrow went through right into the field here. Bow's right here. He ended up just taking off straight out into the field there. And when I was in there, I could glass him up and watch him. So this is where he came from. This might even be where it came from. Yep, fresh. Guys, that's about as fresh as it can get. Fresh scrape, rubbing his antlers in here, and then shot into the woods and gave me a shot. So, alright. I started finding blood where he took off out here. Yeah, right here. See it all through here. And then my arrow's right here. I mean, it smells good. It doesn't really smell weird or anything. But that's some good blood, guys. Alright, guys, well, it looks good, I think, to me. Throw them in there and let's slowly work this blood trail. Easing off this way. Right here. Nice bright blood. This is where he was hauling right here. Big old tracks. I can see blood down here on the ground. That track right here. Yep, bunch of blood right on the ground here. Good. Right here. Looks like good blood. He's slowing down right here. I think so. This could have been where he stopped too for a bit.
So it looks like walking tracks right here.
Yep.
Alright guys, I'm going to go kind of some circles because the blood kind of just dwindled out.
It's seriously,
really good
we
for
got
now.
one spot where he just brushed both sides. And hate to ruin all the fun, but I seen a white belly over there and I seen some eyes. I think we got a buck down.
Nice.
Alright, where are you? Right over there. Dude, look at all those points on him. Are you kidding me?
You
Double
smoked-
long, dude. Double
you
long.
smoked him.
Are you serious?
Get behind him.
Way bigger than I thought it was. Dude. What the world?
Got points everywhere.
Dude. He's pretty stiff.
He died right away.
Oh man.
Points is he
Was it
had?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 1, 2. I don't know if that counts. Probably not. 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's a pretty sweet buck, dude. Nice
No
job.
way. Dude.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Lord. What a beautiful night. And I was telling myself that tonight when I was sitting there for the first time this season, guys. Just beautiful day in God's creation to just to be able to sit in a tree and just see his creation just work and declare his handiwork. Because I had this buck, I was on the ground, he came running through doing his scrape line. I got to watch him do that. Oh, just incredible. Thank you, Lord.
That is a
And he's got some stuff in there from doing his scrapes and stuff.
Rubbing.
Oh, dude.
Oh, the mass.
Yes! You kidding me, dude? Yes!
Dude, that is
Woohoo! That is what I'm talking about, bud. Look at that. Look at that.
That's a
What a deer,
crazy
dude.
buck, dude. That's a sweet buck, dude.
What a nice buck, dude. That's a way to start off a deer season on opening day, man. From chasing elk in the mountains to chasing bucks on the ground, man. Does not get much better than that.
That's awesome.
Thank you,
dude.
Lord.
Congratulations.
Thanks, dude.
That's awesome.
That is, what do we say, 7 by 6? So that's 13 point. That's my biggest buck to date with a bow and on the ground. Oh,
It goes to show, guys, you don't have to be in a tree stand or
in
fancy stuff.
and sometimes it pays off to be aggressive, but not too aggressive. You don't want to be in the middle of their bedding area. You just want to be just enough off. I was probably a good 100, 150 yards off from where I thought these deer were bedding, and he slowly worked in right at last light, working his scrape line.
How did you not see all those points? Just like
I did not. I just seen just straight up like the main frame 8 point. That is insane, dude. Insane. That's a way to end a night. We got a lot of work ahead of us though. I wouldn't have it any other way, man.
yeah.
Man, cannot beat that.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord. This is happening. Alright, this is gonna be insane. Yeah. Okay, 2.
Just right now.
Alright. You want to get some video of this, boys?
What a beast. Is it fun? Let me know if you need help.
Awesome spot on my right side.
I want to save the hunters or the farmer's beans.
Yep. You're welcome, farmer. Teamwork, boys. Teamwork makes the dream work. Woo! We're doing it, guys.
We're not far. You see it? It's right over there.
On the left side.
Get it.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Oh.
Got him here.
Oh, thanks, Travis and Dave. That was wild. I'm just gonna lay here for a moment. Just don't mind me. Oh. I'm gonna be feeling that tomorrow. Very hardcore. Oh. My arms feel like they're floating. My back is killing. All right. Who wants to help me up? I don't have any blood on my hands.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, man.
Got blood all over that hand anyway, so.
Appreciate it. Oh.
Awesome.
All right. Let's get him in there. This arm does not want to work. I've always wanted to do that. I don't recommend it though, because it's a lot heavier than it looks. All right. Lower. 1,
2, 3.
Oh yeah.
Buck in the truck.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
thank you so much.
You're welcome, man.
Really appreciate it.
That's
It's insane, man. What did you do?
Alright guys, well, go all the way back to the truck. Now let's load her up.
Yeah, transfer beds.
Make some room, I guess.
nice and easy. Line going down the white.
Straight down.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? It's just right there. It's just
Come
not-
on, buddy, you can do it.
Love that head out. Let's get that top like shut.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, it's about 12:30 in the morning, and we're just rolling up to the parents' house because they got a pretty good setup for hanging and processing deer. So there we are.
Save us. They made it.
Woo-wee. Late night. Late night.
I'll go past it.
Come on. I don't know if you want to move that video camera probably. Quick.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that's definitely a big deer.
There you have it. That is a big buck. And as you guys can kind of see, this buck was broadside from this angle when I shot, and I got just the back end of the lungs. He must have been quartering just a little bit towards me and came out through the liver. So that kind of explains kind of what we saw and his behavior. Just glad we got to recover him. Pretty awesome. My biggest bow kill to date, biggest buck. Thanks for sticking with us, guys. It's pretty late night for us. It's almost 1 o'clock. Thanks again for watching. It's off to a good start for us at least. So that's awesome. Hopefully we can get some more deer yet this bow season. Well, hey guys, we're over at our parents' house. We're gonna process him in a little bit here, but we thought we'd lay him out and give you guys a better look at him in the daylight. But he's got a lot of mass and trash going on. Not sure how old he is. We think he's maybe the 3 to 5 year range. Not sure yet, so we're gonna have to age him at some point, but I'm just pumped about this buck, guys. So thrilled. 20-yard shot off the ground. I had him at 20 yards just freshening up a scrape, so I had to hold back for a couple minutes before I got a shot, and what a gorgeous deer. And yeah, I'm just thankful to have harvested my biggest bow buck today, and we got a whole bunch of meat for the freezer, so we're pretty thrilled about that. All right guys, we got the numbers are in, all of our guesses on how heavy Johnny's buck weighed when he carried him out. So we don't have an actual scale, so we're using a little bathroom scale. Hopefully it goes high enough. You think it was high enough? Okay.
I think so.
Let me quick stand on it. 166 exact. Dead.
Kind of hold them.
Still got the head.
Yep.
Drop
Wait
that.
till it gets on it, and then we got numbers.
I'd say 338.
338.
38. Alright guys, well we got him back up on the hanger, and I believe our mom got everything computed, see how much this buck weighed. So waiting on her arrival. She should be telling us who won. Well, we're gonna enjoy some hot coffee. Oh, there she is.
Okay, here's our result. So Johnny weighed 166 before, 338 with the buck. So the buck weighed 172 pounds.
100.
Dad is our winner, 175.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Woo!
Oh man.
Dad is a
I
winner.
think my original guess was 165, so that was pretty close.
Yeah.
It was like 180, so that was
Yeah.
like really close.
I know.
Nice. Well,
Good job.
time to get after it, I guess. We got a big deer to take care of.